Hey y'all, happy Thursday. So we're gonna start with what I wanted to talk to you about like Monday. Some of you, if you've been with me a long time, you've seen me in all different states of being. We started Daily Devos. I started Daily Devos back in 2017. It's been a long time. We've been doing a lot of videos. Started them on Facebook, then started the YouTube channel. And so since 17, let's see, I actually had David in 17, then I had Caleb in 2020, and then Nathan in 2022. So you guys have seen me through 3 pregnancies. That's a lot of change. But you've probably seen this little, well, it's little right now. I'm trying to get in the light where you can see it, but there is a little cyst right there on my forehead. And I'm sure that sometimes I try to keep it covered up, but look at that. You can hardly see it. So this, I found it right after Joseph was born. So Joseph is 10 and a half. So that thing has been up there for, 10 years, 10 and a half years, almost 11 years. I'm currently thinking about the woman with the issue of blood who suffered 12 years, right? And when I found it, it terrified me, right? Because I don't do needles, don't do doctors. Yes, I've had 4 children, but I passed out with all 4 of them. And it's a real thing. Anyway, I've gotten better, but the thought of having that cut out of my face I put me to sleep, do it, and then wake me up. Although to give me the IV, I will pass out. So anyway, it's just been a thing. But, I prayed about it a lot because we don't walk in fear. The Bible teaches us that we do not walk in fear. And so there is nothing that we face in this life that should cause us to be paralyzed in fear. And it was causing me to be paralyzed in fear. Also, it was getting bigger. So, of course, it was noticeable. People, I could tell when they were looking at it, but nobody would ever really ask because that's kind of rude and nobody really wants to. They're just hoping you'll say, oh, yeah, you see that thing on my face. But so in oh, man, I wish I could remember which kid it was after. Had to have been in 23. I actually went, I've been to the dermatologist twice. I went once in 2020 and she's like, yeah, we can cut it right out. No problem. Do it in-house. It'll be done. She explained the process to me. And of course I'm wanting to puke while she's talking to me, but I was like, okay, fine. But it's not dangerous and it's just a cyst. So it's contained and it's a cell wall and all that. So, but that was in 2020. So then I had Caleb and it got bigger. And then after I had Nathan in 22, it was like a golf ball on my forehead. Well, not a golf ball, probably it was big. I mean, at least like the end of my thumb. I know you guys have seen it, but here, actually, I'm going to try to get this. This is a picture of me and my husband. Oh, it's super shiny. You can't see. You can kind of see that little knot right there. How can I not make that shiny? Okay, there's a dot right there on my forehead. It's still shiny, sorry. But if you go back and look at any videos from 2022, early 23, you'll see it. And so I actually scheduled the appointment to have it removed. And then I didn't pay attention to the dates. I had something with the kids with schools that could not be changed, so I canceled the appointment. But when I went back to reschedule the appointment, it was getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and it has continued. And again, if you look today, you can barely see it. And to rub my finger across it, it's almost flat. It is amazing. But I have prayed over this thing. I have spoken scriptures over this. My husband has prayed with me over it. And, it seemed as if it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And then all of a sudden, it started going away. And we've prayed for revelation. How is it fed? What is it growing? We, by the word of the Lord, took authority over it that, you'll receive no more nutrition from my body. And it's almost gone. But now it's been there almost 11 years. So I just tell you that to say, yeah, I could have gotten it cut out, but I didn't. And so now I can say, hey, look at that. Look at what the word's done. Look at what God has done. I'm not telling you, you got to do what the Lord tells you to do. You don't do something because I said it. You got to get in the word and find the word for yourself. But I'm just giving you testimony to who I know him to be. Did it happen overnight? No, it did not. In fact, it got worse, but it is almost gone. And I'm so grateful. And I'm just grateful. So I know that even when it doesn't look like it, and y'all, I could see, in pictures, I can see it, right? Wasn't a small thing. But now you can't see it. You stay the course. You seek, you ask, you knock, and you keep on asking, seeking, and knocking. We will pick up here tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.